Hey guys, so today I just want to bring you a quick video about the differences between the two types of lower chassis you can run on your Atomic BZ. So recently I had the opportunity to build a second chassis with the aluminum chassis, and it turned out really well. Some of you may have seen that video where I was building it, and I recently finished up wiring it and setting the car up. And one of the things I wanted to try was to set the cars up exactly identical, save for the chassis. So one thing that I wasn't able to do exactly the same was the motor. I didn't have the same kV motor on hand, so the motors are a little different. The aluminum chassis one, the motor was a lot more powerful, but in the ESC I went in and turned down all the timing and all the other things, and in the radio as well I turned down the high point to make it feel the same, and so they were pretty close in that regard. And so what I just wanted to share was just my experience on the two. So first thing you may notice, I got the wiring a little cleaner on this one, and basically the only difference is on this chassis, one thing was the antenna was broken off on my receiver, so that's why it's got this nasty looking thing over here, which is just a replacement receiver, just a replacement wire soldered to the receiver, and just a thicker wire that just acts as like a stand almost, just to give it protection. And the other thing is, the wire running from the ESC, I was able to leave it long on the second chassis and loop it underneath the top deck. It just looks a little nicer. I still have to work on a couple things, like shortening the ESC wires a little bit. They're a little long, and I have to still get everything perfect, but it's getting much better, I think. And as you may notice, yeah, I like to leave the top of the ESC case off because I don't know, just save some weight up top, just make things a little easier doing the battery connection and everything. So that's that. As for the setup, they are identical. So it's got the Kyosho 30s. Recently we switched layouts at the track I run at, so on this layout it's a little more technical, and so I actually have to adjust the steering throw to match it, and the traction came up a lot, so I'm actually been running glue on the sidewall. I don't know if the camera picks it up or not, but so glue on the sidewall. It's pushing a little bit now that these tires are really old on this car. These ones are brand new, and it's really not even a lot. It's only just enough just to give it a little bit more firmness. That's it. It doesn't even, as you see, it doesn't cross over at all, really. So in the back, same tire combination still. So it's the Marcus and the 30s, and the rear suspension got the gold springs, and I don't know if you can see, but the stock silver springs, and that's it really. So my impressions, however, I noticed that you can run more steering, more steering throw, and actually the car generates a little more steering with the aluminum chassis. And I don't know, maybe it's just because it flexes less, so it actually provides less grip overall. I did notice that the car was sliding a little more, so definitely was a little bit less grip. However, I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. Definitely for RCP, a little less grip here and there can be a really good thing. So you don't have to worry about flipping. I notice that I can go a lot harder in turns sometimes without worrying about flipping. And even though these tires are really old, when I had them on this chassis originally, they were pushing. The car wasn't rotating very quickly, and even on this chassis, the car would still rotate pretty well. Obviously, still had a little bit of push. Could be that also these rear tires are a little older, as these were the old tires I ran on this chassis when I did the racing. But you know, I think it's pretty clear that aluminum chassis would probably be the best option to run on RCP, because you have, like, I think it's like 5 or 10 grams more. I don't remember exactly. I weighed it a while ago, but I think it's close to 10 grams more down low at the very bottom. It's narrower, as you can see. The battery sticks out more, as do the electronics, so it's narrower, and it's heavier, and it provides less flex. So overall, you're centralizing that weight, that center of gravity, and you're taking away some of that flex, some of that grip, where it's already in excess, so you don't want to have as much. So definitely a good option to run. However, I still need to do some more work. I think that running this motor kind of threw things out of whack because of just the sheer amount of just torque and speed it was providing, even after I tuned it down. But I don't know. We'll have to test that out more. My conclusion is that can't go wrong either way. I think on a really tight technical layout, when the grip comes up, let's say if it's a hot day out, like I know in New Jersey here, we had a string of like 85 plus days, 85 Fahrenheit, the temperature was, and humidity was pretty bad too. It was pretty humid, and the grip was very, very high and inconsistent. I think then you want to be running the aluminum chassis. However, if it's cooler out, like 75, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, or lower, of course, too, then the carbon chassis would probably be the way to go. And definitely on a flowy layout, a nice open layout, like I see many people run, definitely would be the go-to, as you want that grip, you want that overall grip when you're in those long, windy turns, rather than the quick rotation. So, just my take on it. Yeah, so that's it, really.